Hello, my little ponies, and today we are going to be discussing Mod Pie, which I actually quite enjoyed. This episode showed Pinkie Pie with her older sister, which I really do think they had to add an older sister, because when we last saw her family, Pinkie Pie was clearly older than the two other fillies, and I think for this to work, it really needed to be an older sister. And yeah, Maudette was great. She was very monotone, practically the opposite of Pinkie Pie, although she does show some Pinkie intuition and speed and skills later on. She's very monotone. She hides her emotions very well, but if you go through and watch again, there are little hints towards her personality, like when Pinkie Pie is like all over her when she first introduced. There's actually some crinkles, and she seems kind of annoyed. Also, there was a lot of little things like, Angel Bunny, who was actually nice this episode for the most part, got mad when Fluttershy was so excited about her pet that he got mad and turned around. Each new pet, he got angrier and angrier. There's also the scene where she took Boulder and she put her sandwich down and she put Boulder towards the sandwich as if he was going to eat part of the sandwich. Like, there was interesting things that were just very funny, and I liked it, and I think it explains a lot about Pinkie Pie. Furthermore, I think Maudette cares a great amount about her sister. I mean, I've heard some analysts complaining that she doesn't eat the rock candy necklaces, which I think is total boulderdash, if you ask me, because she's not throwing them away. She's actually keeping them, although I'm pretty sure she's throwing away the other main ponies' candy necklaces, since she didn't put them in the box. Also, it's the only time she actually cracks a smile is when she says that she loves Pinkie Pie. I really loved it, and I think it was great. It shows a lot about Pinkie Pie, and yes, Pinkie Pie's mane deflated, although not as much as when she thought her friends didn't want to be her friends anymore, and she actually managed to bounce back by herself, which shows that probably it wasn't as bad as a blow as when she thought her friends didn't want to be her friends anymore. And I like this episode a lot more than the one with Cranky Doodle, because instead of her being annoying stalkerish, it's her being friends. I mean, yes, she's in the background, although I would have liked to see more of Pinkie Pie and her sister interacting. I also would have liked to see the main six interacting with all of Pinkie Pie's family, but beggars can't be choosers, and so, yeah. There's a lot of good things. Also, this episode did something better than the last episode. It showed how a sibling can be protected, how an older sibling can be protective of their little sister without being overbearing. Maud clearly didn't think it was a good idea for this obstacle course, but yet she let Pinkie Pie go through it. She didn't step in until Pinkie Pie needed her. It wasn't until Pinkie Pie needed help that Maudette stepped in. This shows great wisdom for Maudette. You see, I come from a family where when I was very little, I was very sheltered, only to be given a great amount of freedom when I got a little older due to circumstances. And yeah, you learn your mistakes a lot more by dealing with the consequences than if somebody tells you. And but oftentimes you can't let a kid, get, well, in my case, it was a razorback that attacked me. I would go out in the woods, and yeah, you gotta let the child or your sibling go out into that woods and learn things and experience things. But be ready with the rifle, just in case a razorback comes out of the bush and starts chasing your sibling so you can shoot it. This is a lesson. You got to let them get scraped up, bruised. It will teach them. They'll learn. Far better than if you shelter them. If you shelter somebody too much, they'll be useless to society. You see it all the time with 33-year-olds who live in their parents' basements and don't even work. You know? I think that in order to be a good sibling, you have to be willing to let your sibling get hurt, but you also need to know when to step in to save them. And so yeah, Starlight Pony, shining out. Bye!